Hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong, where we are talking to Rainbow, who's apparently an aficionado of old video games. After a few moments, Rainbow's game is suddenly over, her tank obliterated by a barrage of air-to-ground missiles. She hisses her breath in through clenched teeth. Piss on your ma. A right robbery that was. Right then. Rainbow shakes her head again and turns to face you. You don't seem like Wampoans. They're all a mite touched, yeah? Maybe you are too, but you don't advertise it the way like they do. What's your story? While my accent wanders all over the place. Especially for someone who really can't... I really should know better than to be trying an accent. Okay. I'm looking into the murders that have been happening. Ah, that's some nasty work. Bodies hacked up, chunks bitten out of them. Make sure you're loaded for something big and ugly, that's for certain. Where are you from? I can't place the accent. Born and raised in Dublin, down on the banks of the Liffey? Oh, I have friends who are going to be after me for not being able to pronounce that. Spent most of my spent most of my early life there, working security on sacred spaces, historical sites or undeveloped land. The Green movement was big in those days. It was a bit like being a park ranger, but sure didn't it beat some dead-end desk job. It's a bit... I'm probably doing it very badly. I don't know where I'm pulling this from. I'm just kind of reading it. It's coming to mind. I'm probably channeling some bad wannabe Irish accent from a movie I saw way back when. I absorb things like that. Just usually I don't really have much control over what I'm trying to say. What accent I'm trying to use. Anyway, spent a lot of time around County Dublin and Wicklow. Always loved animals, and I found out being ranger put me in close with them. It was a good time, yeah. Making sure the budding new species like the bogies and the centaurs didn't upset the ecology of the Wicklow National Park much. Also kept the nastier bits like each Userge from running amok across populated areas. What's that? An eat whiskey? An each Usagi? Isn't that a demon horse? Oh, the centaurs aren't an animal species. That's a sentient species. But again, Luke, this is early on. They may not have been identified as sentient yet. I find that hard to believe. Aye, that's right. They're cannibal horses, basically. Nasty buggers that drag people into bogs and drown you. Sometimes people call them kelpies on account of the water plants they pop out of. Anyway, as I was saying, problem was I started to develop this wee knack. It's just a small thing. I keep magic from working when I'm around. Spells don't go, spirits fall apart, and the paracritters get real feisty, yeah? To make things worse, that was around the time Liam O'Connor threw his coup and formed Tyrn Nog. For all his fancy talk about elves and ancient magic, 'twas a bit scandalous to have a woman guarding ancient science that wasn't just mundane, but also killed magic around her. So I got fired. You're older than Tyrna Nog? Ring on! And I don't look a day over 25, do I? I am Irish, not one of them noggins. Pack of punters. A lot of them. Always going on about their ancestral lands and the glory of the past and all that bullshit. Flexes one arm and grinning widely. I saw them kick dozens of old Irish families off their land just because their ears weren't pointy enough. Or they didn't meet some stupid arbitrary criteria of old nobility. It was that kind of thing that brought back the IRA, just like the bad old days of the Troubles. Wait. Okay. Just randomly throw in the Troubles. Okay. The Skivers in the new tier didn't pay for the land they took, they just had a pack of bullies with guns. Rainbow scrunches her face up in disgusted sneer and Mock spits on the ground. I've always been sympathetic to the little guy in a fight. They offered to pay for my help, so I said yes, simple as that. So you became a terrorist? Don't be so dramatic. They fixed me up with a cyber stitcher and gave me a lot of the kit I've got in me now. In exchange for going overseas to work for them, smuggling, running guns, making contacts in Europe, the same kind of shite all revolutionary groups do. Seeing as how me own farm got kicked out of their house, I was glad to do it. I still do work for them these days, but there's a lot less of it. Lady Day cracked down on dissidents, but good. are you doing in Wampoa Garden? Me? I'm a bit of a big game hunter these days. I get into strange places looking for some kind of paracritter I've not seen before, and then I put a bullet in it. Only the nasty ones, though. No point in hunting a tailless cat or such. It's only things like gargoyles and boghests and whatnot. All the work I did with them in my youth does a good job of keeping me alive. I was out in Jakarta last year hunting one of them Indonesian vampires. Have you ever heard of them? Call them Layak or Pinagalans? Depending on who you ask. Their heads and guts come out of the body cavity and they fly around like a giant messy pile of pasta. Rainbow bears their teeth and pantomimes floating around. Took me a solid 2 months to track her down, but I did. Once the job was done, I asked myself, okay, Rainbow, where's the best place in East Asia to find some action? So Hong Kong it was. All the Kiwatsits here mean a bigger concentration of odd critters than you'd usually find in a city. Been spending a lot of time down in the storm drains these days. Heard rumors of a rat king down there, where a mess of devil rats get all tied together into some kind of big awful rat beast. Haven't tracked it down yet, but I figured it's only a matter of time, yeah? She pats the barrel of a shotgun affectionately. See you later, Rainbow. Okay, so you went from taking care of animals to going around and killing dangerous ones where you're traveling around. What are you? Wang K. Kwok. Are you a shop? Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to Kwok Atelier, home of the finest clothing in Wampoa Garden. And let me check real quick to make sure I did start the timer. I did not. Now, I was talking to Rainbow there. You were talking to Rainbow there for quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on for 13 minutes. That's probably a little bit too much, but here we go. And back onto the game. I am the owner, Master Tailor Wing K. Kwok. How may I serve you today? I didn't expect Wampoa Garden to have a tailor's in it. Many people don't. That's a mistaken impression that we Wampoans are only interested in technology and the Matrix. But even technologists need clothing, don't they? And many of us gravitate towards lines of work where added protection is required. I'm doing the wrong voice again. I am doing sort of an English accent, but I should do a Chinese one, and I'm just terrible at Chinese accents. Actually, to be fair, this entire conversation gets taken place in Mandarin. I think it was either Mandarin or Cantonese, one of the two. So I shouldn't be doing any of these accents because I'm not even speaking the right language. I myself am a materials science as well as a keen follower of fashion trends. Oh dear. What kind of materials science? Fiber related, of course. Primarily aramid fibers, graphene composites, and dilettantes. It affords me a certain unique perspective when designing clothing that is not only beautiful but defensive as well. I specialize in high fashion body armor, which you do not have money for right now, similar to the kind crafted by Secure Tech or Fashion Island, but with a much more personal touch. Show me what you have. Certainly, but you cannot afford any of it. Last gen line coat, ballistic cloth, Secure Tech. What do I have for sale? Street Monk. I have nothing really for sale. Street Monk outfit, shamanic ritual garb. Yeah. Goodbye. Okay, so there's some sort of rat beast. Ooh. Can you talk? You can. The owner of the shop barely looks from his PDA while greeting you. His tone is one of immense boredom. Welcome to Ming Vuong Matrix Materials, aka MVMM. What can I get you? Show me what you have for sale. You're just a shop. So, can't do anything. Ooh, could get a simple drone repair, but doesn't really do us anything. Okay, you are just a shop. Let's look around here. See if Magpie's shop is down here, and apparently it is not. So now we have two options. We have the drain, storm drain, and we have Magpie's shop. Let's do the Jackpoint first. The bin is full of assorted clips, peripherals, and add-on modules for cyberdecks. They don't seem to be arranged in any coherent fashion and are spread across the flat surface. Search through the bin. You sift through the display case, searching for anything that might prove interesting. Isobel peers past you into the bin as you search. That's interesting. There's a lot of storage memory, I/O handlers, and active memory in this bin. I'm not seeing any MPCP hardware, response increase chips, or anything related to the hot shit decking Magpie was supposed to be into. In fact, you couldn't even build a full deck with this. Without the MPCP, it'd just be a glorified comlink. Interesting. What do you think it means? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say someone cleaned her out. MPCP, response increase, biofeedback filters, and all that. They're easy to move, expensive, and highly illegal. All the rest of this crap is good, but it's nothing you couldn't pick up at any electronics shop. You'd have to know what you're looking for, though. Only a good decker would know what they are seeing. Could Magpie have taken them with her? Isabella gestures towards one of the other displays. A pair of small cyberdecks sit inside the locked case. I guess so, but if she did that, why would she leave the completed cyberdecks? No, I think this was theft. There's an open server? That's not good. The front of the server's case hangs open, the inner machinery quiet without power. A clipboard is stuck to the side by a piece of duct tape. Its papers filled with a long list of programs and their prices. A quick glance over the program sheet reads names like Bugs, 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 and Black Hammer. Undoubtedly, that was Magpie's attack program storage machine. This was Magpie's attack program storage machine. Um, that sounds very much like an Oh My Goddess reference. Somebody's removed the drives. It sure wasn't Magpie. Here, look. Isabel gestures to the innards of the open server. Near the back, a solitary red light blinks. The main drives were disconnected properly, but it looks like she modded the server to have a backup drive with its own battery-based power supply. If it was Magpie, she'd have taken that too. Crap, this is a Fuji XB1000. It looks like the battery power ran out a while ago. The XB1000s are constant write drives. They're dirt cheap and have a ton of capacity, but if they run out of power, they lose their data. We're not going to be able to get anything off the drive. Okay, let's go through these beads. No, they don't animate. Dang it. Magpie's desk. Magpie's desk is the kind of messy most people would only associate with rats' nests, hoarders, and deckers. The surface of the desk is littered with cigarette butts, half-finished cans of soy calf, and scraps of electronics. A towering pile of empty instant noodle bowls sits next to it. Their sides are blazoned with Honest Wings Instant Old-Time Lamian, and depict a line of top hat-wearing caterpillars dancing with canes. Hey, awesome! I didn't think anybody but me liked Honest Wings noodles. Flavor like that you've never tasted in a package of instant noodles, I promise. Gobbet taps the side of one container. See? This one's cheesy curry broccoli. I don't know why it never caught on, honestly. Cheesy curry broccoli? Okay. Duncan shoots you a sidelong glance, mumbling sotto voice. Gee, who would pass up the delicious taste of cheese curry and freeze-dried vegetables? Gobbet seems oblivious to Duncan's sarcasm. I know, right? People out there have no idea what kind of culinary delights they're missing. Search the desk. I like Gobbet. Gobbet is wonderful. As a side note, though, given that this is all the English is all a conceit, and this is all in either Cantonese or Mandarin. I think it's Cantonese, if I remember correctly. Back to the beginning of the game, it's Cantonese. Then it actually does make sense for me to use the associated accents with like English or whatever, because then you're using accents associated in your language's culture with certain archetypes. So for an upscale person, you would use an English accent, or a posh accent, I should say, not an English accent. And for some other types, you would use the appropriate one for the station that's within your own culture. That's part of the conceit, is to give an impression of the which character, what kind of character you're dealing with. But anyway, on to this. You gingerly root around in the desk, doing your best to avoid the more disgusting piles and spills. It isn't easy. The desk drawers are stuffed to overflowing with receipts, cigarette packs, optical chips, and cables. Most of the contents are boring, useless, and disgusting. While searching one of the bottom drawers, however, a low-quality tin lockbox catches your eye. Someone has pried the latch off, leaving a ragged hole where the lock should be. The interior box has several sleeves for storing key cards, all of which are empty. A small note is taped to the interior of the box. Spare storeroom keys. The door is in the rear of Ms. Yang's restaurant. Do not lose these. Use only if I'm not available to open the stockroom. A stockroom, huh? So who broke the lockbox to get the keys out? Interesting. Probably whoever cleaned out Magpie's equipment. I'm thinking you're right. Whoever tore this latch off the box was in a hurry. Any of the elders could have cracked the maglock without much trouble, and most regular Wampoans could too. This seems like somebody who was tossing the place and wanted to get in and out as fast as possible. If someone was after Magpie's gear, his stockroom would be a solid gold mine. Interesting. You search Magpie's bathroom. There's not much in here. A toothbrush, toilet paper, some hairpins, a collection of cheap makeup. The combination bath shower unit, however, has minor flakes of a dry reddish substance near the drain. Blood. Dried blood. Prying open the drain cover, it looks like quite a bit of it was shed as well. Oh dear. Shit, maybe Magpie didn't take her trip after all. With that amount of blood, I'm guessing someone killed her quietly and then drained her body in the bath. Make it cleaner to relocate. This doesn't seem to match the killer's other scenes, though. I'm thinking there's a lot more going on with these murders than we were initially told. First, they don't even mention Magpie to us, and now it looks like she's been killed. Something's not right here, Noel. Let's not mention this to the elders. If they're hiding anything, they may start cleaning up their tracks better. Okay, so we did that. We haven't been able to get that. We need to find a key to Magpie's stockroom. We're doing that. Search the Wampoa garden drains. Garden storm drains. I think we've done everything in here we can. Okay. There's the parking garage. We can go down here. This could go wrong very badly. I heard things like devil rats and rat king and stuff like that. Yes, please overwrite. How much time do I have left on my timer? 55 seconds. Less now. Okay, so stop that. And I'm going to go on to a new video. See you in the next bit. Ta-ta.